guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rise. We're here at the Long Beach Grand Prix build-up weekend event. Lots of action going on. Acura is obviously the title sponsor of the Long Beach Grand Prix, but you know what? You see what's next to me, and I'm so excited to bring it to you. This is it. This is the updated, changed up, more power 2022 Acura NSX Type S. But before we dive into the supercar, let's talk about what's going on here. Acura, they've been around since 1986. The NSX has been around since 1990. Now, I know when the current NSX first came out, a lot of people were like, hey, what happened here? It wasn't like the first gen. Many changes. We got that hybrid technology. We got twin turbo V6 power, but you know what? I really feel that the current gen NSX really does not get the love that it deserves, because when you look at other brands like Ferrari, McLaren, and of course other brands that are working with performance hybrid setups, here's Acura that they were doing it first. Now, the original NSX in 1990 had a lot of influence from one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time, Ayrton Senna. But fast forward to this 2022 Acura NSX Type S, it's all about making this the highest performing NSX to date and giving you style that is second to none. So what I want to find out is this the supercar to buy, especially if you're going to compare it to that upcoming Corvette Z06? That's going to be an interesting competition. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this Type S NSX and see if we can answer those questions. You'll notice this new color, Long Beach Blue Pearl. This car was actually built and just delivered last night here to the Long Beach Grand Prix circuit for us to review. So you guys are the first. Let's dive in. At the front of the business, the total new front fascia. This is exactly how it has always should have looked. I mean, they did such a great job bringing the aggressive style. You're gonna have that multi-LED headlight beam setup going on, your chicane daytime running lamps, obviously gonna give you nice bright white light so you could see around those curvy roads around your favorite circuit at night. New for 2022 on the Type S, you're gonna get these enlarged corner air intakes. And the great news is, not only are they functional, but I love the finish. They did this nice wire mesh finish with that clean design, gonna allow all the air to get to those heat exchangers. I hope you like carbon fiber, because this Type S brings some carbon fiber. Massive front splitter. And the way that it interlocks with the rest of the front fascia really shows that air tunnel, wind tunnel testing to get everything to flow perfect, to give you enough downforce without creating too much drag, and to stop air from going underneath the NSX. Now, as we come across the front, I just want to pull up a lawn chair and just stare at the front of this car. Absolutely stunning. You can see the massive air intakes to direct the airflow. I like the way they went with this nice satin flat black finish, and then you have functionality in the center. A little bit of gloss black, but nothing too crazy. Blacked out on that Acura badge. It's been around since 1986, the brand, and the NSX has been around since 1990, if you could believe that. But very, very low, very angular, very, very mean. I'm absolutely loving it. Now, when you get up onto that hood area, you're gonna have a nice rise coming from the badging towards the windshield like before. I like the way that they went wire mesh on the corner vents, because of course we're still gonna have those enlarged wire mesh areas up top for channeling the air. And then the way that that windshield has a nice, low rake to it with the carbon fiber hood and roof coming around the corner. What do we got? All new wheels on this Type S NSX. Look at this satin black finish. Love the split spoke design. Really pops nicely with the Long Beach Blue Pearl. This is a 19-inch wheel up front, 245 on the width, 35 series sidewall. Of course, we're gonna get that super handling all-wheel drive from the 2 electric motors. And then lurking behind these wheels are pizza-size carbon ceramic brake rotors. Got your aluminum hat. It's gonna be able to dissipate heat very effectively. And then those calipers are gonna squeeze on those rotors, 6-piston calipers with the NSX branding. And I really like the way it's got a titanium color. Works well in this whole complete package.
Featuring with the front of the vehicle, the lines, you can see that nice functional side vent is still there. Really kind of just flows into the driver and passenger side door. Mirrors extend out to slice through the air like a hot knife through butter. They brought the Long Beach Blue Pearl, some gloss black, that lower side sill. This one has that carbon fiber package, so you're gonna get the lower side sill, full carbon fiber all the way towards the rear. You got the kick up that's gonna flow air into those massive intercoolers, and we'll talk more about what the engine is bringing on this 2022 Type S. Clean on the badge. So you got that Type S badge that's just popping off to let you know that this is something very special. And remember, this is the last of the current generation NSXs. So if you want one, this is definitely the one to have. Black on that flush mounted door handle, easy to open. And then another styling touch I think a lot of people miss is the flying buttress. I love the way that off of the roof into the rear fender, you see how the air is gonna be directed back in that corner. And then speaking of the corner, talking about the rear corners of this car, looking at that air vent, you're gonna have staggered wheel setup. So we got 19-inch wheels up front, 20-inch wheels out back. These are 305s on the width, 30 series sidewall, still massive carbon ceramic brake rotors, all four corners, 4-piston calipers on the back, gonna clamp down and give you that stopping power. This not only goes, but it also stops on a dime and gives everybody change. One of my other favorite lines, right here, this rear fender. Look how it's got a nice curve to it. And when you're comparing this, I know a lot of people are like, oh, the C8 Z06 and all that. The lines just have such a cleaner style to what Corvette and Chevrolet is doing with the C8. But out back, you're gonna get that nice carbon fiber spoiler, kicks up to give you the downforce. We got LED lighting, and then remember, through the rear glass, one of my favorite touches is that NSX badging with the twin turbo V6. It looks like an alien heart in there that's just beating away. You got a number plate. We're gonna open up the glass. Don't worry, we're gonna open up this rear area. And then as we come around the back, more functionality with that wire mesh everywhere. They did not go just regular black plastic. And then right off their GT3 race car, on this Type S, you now have this rear carbon fiber diffuser. Remember, it's not about just channeling the air over the car, but also under the car. But why don't we pop this rear engine hatch and talk numbers with this 2022 NSX Type S. All right, guys, before we get into that engine compartment, I don't know if you could hear, but the engines are firing up here in Long Beach. Like I said, it's all preparation for the Acura Long Beach Grand Prix. But why don't we go ahead, enough talking about what's going on here, let's talk about what's going on with this Type S. There it is, totally encased in carbon fiber. You can see that beautiful number plate on the back portion from the Performance Manufacturing Center in Ohio. And with this Type S, you're getting more. It's a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 with the electric motors, of course, now pumping out 600 horsepower, 492 pound-feet of torque. That is up from 578 horsepower. You got the super handling all-wheel drive. It utilizes a dry sump oil system. The whole point about a dry sump oil system, it stops the whole windage effect in an oil pan. So the engine receives the proper amount of oil to keep everything lubricated properly. So when you're going around those corners at your favorite racetrack, your engine is not gonna starve for fuel. It's made it to a 9-speed quick shifting DCT with launch control. It's got a 15.9 gallon fuel tank. They don't have actual weight numbers yet, but the weight distribution is 42% up front, 58% at the rear, 0 to 60, less than 2.7 seconds, a top speed, 191 miles an hour. What are some of the ways that they were able to get to this magical number? They updated and upgraded the fuel injectors, the intercoolers, the turbos are now putting out 16.1 pounds of boost. Obviously, if you're comparing this to the upcoming Z06, the upcoming Z06 has that flat plane crankshaft, naturally aspirated V8. And when you look at a lot of the other competition, they're running some type of twin turbo setup or hybrid setup as we go further into the future with technology. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what things are in store on this NSX Type S.
Alrighty.
inside this 2022 Acura NSX Type S. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, Acura really has done themselves a big plus with this NSX Type S. Everything that I wanted is really here, but what I want to know is, what's the price? Well, there's two different ways you could go, believe it or not. They actually have a standard version Type S and then an even lighter version Type S. If you're looking for that lighter version, which I know you want the top dog, you're looking at an MSRP around $200,000. But let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, absolutely sexy and seductive. The red contrast stitching pops nicely with the soft touch material. You're going to get that suede in the center with the red stitching, a little bit of silver, and just a tad bit of gloss black. That's about it. Now, door pockets, there's no storage area for any snacks, so you're gonna have to hold on to your snacks. But to be honest with you, you're not eating in my NSX Type S ever. But going from the door panel to the dash, there's that really nice smooth material with the red stitching. I love the way they do that aluminum finish rather than just a bunch of gloss black. That Type S embroidery in that Alcantara material with the red stitching. They take the design element of the grille from the outside and bring it to the interior just for some styling touches. More up top when it comes to the Alcantara material with the stitching, and then you're going to get that standard infotainment system. It's the same infotainment system, but you know what? This car is not about the infotainment system. It is about the driving experience. You got the start stop button clearly placed. You got your dynamic mode selector switch that allows you to go through the different modes. You got your dual climate control. This is going to control that 9-speed DCT transmission. The one zonk I do have though is you got heated seats but no ventilated seats. Would like to see ventilated seats in my NSX, but you got more Alcantara NSX badge. Enough space here for about 10 Jolly Ranchers. Make sure you get the sour apple for those people that are going to cry and complain about this car. And then even more stitching. Here's where you have some actual storage. So you're going to have, flip that up, a USB. You got enough room in there for 4 Twinkies. Keep 2 for the people that you beat at the track days. Let it be like a consolation prize. Throw them a Twinkie and be done with it. You got the ELS 3D studio sound system. And then look at these seats. Leather, NSX embroidery with the red stitching. Of course, you got to have the red seat belts. That's an extra 5 horsepower for sure. Full electric assist for the passenger and the driver. And then you're getting that wonderful Alcantara microfiber suede material all throughout this whole headliner, including the A-pillars. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this carbon fiber leather wrapped steering wheel in our NSX. Right, guys, business time where you want to be in this NSX Type S. The color is stunning. These seats hold you like a mother holds a newborn baby. Absolutely love it. Now, when you look at the foot box, right out of a race car, you're going to have that massive dead pedal to support yourself with aluminum on the brake pedal, on the throttle. Steering wheel is manual tilting and telescoping, but what I love about it is the leather, the dry weave carbon fiber, and then the dash is perfectly placed for you. So you're going to have that tack, all digital with the speedometer, analog coolant gauge, and fuel gauge, and then you even have a digital charge gauge there with carbon fiber on the hood of the instrumentation as well. Very well laid out. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room. I don't want to get out. They're going to have to pry me out of this. But you know what? Stay tuned because we're going to be getting one of these to take on the track and to drive. But until that day, if you're ready, I'm ready. All right, guys, we're in this NSX GT3 race car. We're here with the driver. We're going to get 3 laps on this Laguna Beach course. Here we go. Awesome experience. Here we go. it's been an amazing time here at Long Beach for the Long Beach Grand Prix. Still hearing those amazing engines, still standing here next to this absolutely mind-blowing Acura NSX Type S. I definitely got to thank the whole NSX team and the Acura team. Andrew, Jonathan, Karina, the whole crew is just so amazing and such car enthusiasts. Let me know what you think about this Type S. Has Acura really produced that most powerful NSX that you have been wanting, you have been waiting for? Let me know in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out though, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you, click the first link, become a Raiti's Rides Patreon member. Click that second link, get yourself some Raiti's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the powerful muscle behind that camera, more powerful than this NSX. Lori's doing the business, getting it done. Show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.